Hi Gemini, welcome. My name is Trina and this is TNT. Thank you for joining me today. All of my readings are timeless, so whenever you come across this reading, there should be something here for you. This is a shadow reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm doing this shadow reading a little bit different than my previous ones. I'm going to use my shadow spirit cards that I've made, the Alice in Wonderland Oracle, and my real Oracle deck that I've made here. And I'm going to clarify these piles, these rows, with the the hypnotic deck. Hypnotic tarot. So let's get at it. First shadow element we have is control. Control. On that, we also have curiouser and curiouser. Discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. And we also have conflict. Okay. Let's clarify this row for Gemini. Let's clarify this row for Gemini. What else do we need to know about this row here? Ten of Stars. Teacher, and the Five of Stars. Yeah, this is like by being curious, you've learned something here about the conflict you're having with yourself, because you have a great need for control here at some point in your life, and instead of either accepting it or dealing with it and letting it go, you've decided to just shove it down into your shadow and let that just fester there. Your need for control. It is causing conflict within yourself and with others. Okay. Second shadow element we have here is deprived. Interesting. Deprived. Messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world. Interesting. And then we have on that reflection. Interesting. Okay, let's clarify this row here for Gemini. Why do we have this row here for Gemini? Let's clarify this row for Gemini. Princess of Candles. The Queen of Stars. And the Galaxy. Interesting. Okay, so with that being said, we have what looks like here is like with control as well. It's like you're trying to be in a position of authority here, but it didn't really work out for you, and you're feeling like you're deprived of some kind of an honor here. You may have turned to a pet or just animals in general, maybe talk to the birds or something like that, to vent maybe, so that you didn't lash out at somebody or some people. You did have to do some reflection here in order to feel differently. But you've also just pushed this into your shadow because I think you didn't know how to deal with it. It seems like you might not have known how to deal with it. It's just something that didn't work out for you. It's trying to be in this authoritative role here. Okay, next we have, in the next shadow element, we have a stealing. Interesting combination of cards here. Lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done, and you can help others. Stealing. Limits. Okay, let's clarify this row for Gemini. Why do we have this row here for Gemini with the stealing card? Why do we have this row for Gemini? The core. The Prince of Stars. And the Two of Candles. Yeah, it's like you had to make a choice here. You had to make a choice. You could have taken something that wasn't yours, or you could have been a leader and chosen to deal with it differently. And you did, because you have the limits card here, and that shows where your limits are. Even though you felt like doing this, you didn't, it seems like. And that was still just lingering there, and you shoved it down into your shadow as well. So instead of dealing with this urge to steal, you just said, no, I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to just put that out of my mind for the moment. I'm not going to deal with it. Okay. Let's get a little more clarity here for Gemini to see what's going on with these shadow elements and what we can do about them. Let's get advice on each shadow element here to see what we can do about them. What else does Gemini need to know about these shadow elements and how to deal with them? Okay, 3 of Candles, 7 of Shells, 4 of Shells, and the Guardian. Okay. So with control here, it's like you need to realize that there's another way to do things here. There's another way to do things. You don't need to be in control of everything. It is causing conflict in your life. What you need to do is you need to pull the control element out of your shadow and integrate it into your consciousness by realizing that yes, you can be in control of certain things, but not everything. And you do just have to realize that it's not everything you can be in control of. Some things we can't be in control of, no matter how much we want to. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some clarity and advice on the deprived element here. Let's get some clarity and advice on deprived for Gemini. 3 of Flowers. The 8 of Stars, 10 of Shells, and the 9 of Shells. So you had a really hard time dealing with this emotionally, this particular shadow element, the deprived element. And it created a lot of self-limitation here, like you limited yourself a lot in what you were then going to do instead of this authoritative role here. You did find your independence within it, though, which is good. And you did learn to work with people. You had to. You had no choice, it looks like. So realize that even though you felt deprived, that you did come up with a resolution and a solution. And that's an accomplishment anyways, even if it doesn't seem like one. Okay, what do we have for advice on this stealing element of the shadow? Stealing. What do we have for advice on the stealing? What else do we need to know about this and advice? The Rocket. The 8 of Flowers. Chaos. And the Scorpion. Yeah, this is like, this one seems like it might have been the hardest one to deal with for you. You just didn't want to face the fact that you had this urge to begin with. It's sitting there and it's feeling really jumbled at this point. And you want to move forward from it and you want to let it go, but you don't know how. That's going to involve sorting through the chaos, sorting through the confusion, doing a lot of diligent hard work, seeing what your limits are, realizing that you did have those limits. So you have control. You have control over these things. Okay, anyways, there you have it, Gemini. If you like this reading, please feel free to like, share, donate, comment, subscribe. All of these things will help my channel grow. I appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.